I got two of the highest jumpers of all time in the same gym, and they put together one of the craziest dunk sessions of all time.
Oh my god, dude.
This is 6'2" pro dunker Cam Hazard, and this is pro basketball player Ko Dorici. And today we're going to find out who jumps higher and who can throw down the nastiest dunks.
Ooh.
I hadn't even finished setting up my cameras before Ko started jumping and throwing down sick dunks like this 360 scoop. And then just 3 minutes into filming, Ko was already hitting his shoulder on the rim. And when I tell you that Ko is the most insane athlete I've ever seen in my life, and believe me, I've seen a few of them, I am being 100% serious.
I don't know what to say.
But not to be outdone, Cam came right out of the gate with this insane height check, looking inside of the rim on this jump. And then Ko just casually decides to get his head above the rim off a two-step approach. That's got to be the easiest head above the rim jump of all time. So we knew we had to get the vert trainer out immediately to start testing. I already showed all the jumps in my last video if you want to check those out, so we'll just skip right to the highest ones. Cam hit 10 feet 4 inches easily, then he gave one shot at 10 feet 6 inches, and it looked like he peaked after the bell, which possibly could have been a 51.5 inch jump, but we'll never know because he wanted to start dunking after that. Ko ended up hitting 10 feet 8 inches with room to spare. That's a new world record for the highest head touch, which means he was jumping over 46 inches. So Cam Hazard gets the edge for max vertical at around 51 inches, but Ko obliterates the world record for the highest max head touch, hitting 10 feet 8 inches. And now let's get to the dunks. Cam started off light with his cuff windmill with a Malone pose, then Ko wanted to show off his 1 foot bounce a little bit and punch this one-hander. For not being a 1 foot jumper at all, this was actually pretty sick. And then Cam went into this mantis dunk, and I had to put on my hater cap for a minute and said that he could have done it better.
What?
They decided to go back to back with scoop dunks.
Ugh. First try this time.
You guys can decide in the comments whose was better. And Ko went right back into it, trying to hit a double-double, but didn't quite scratch his back with it. So he tried it again and brought it back further, but ended up missing the dunk. It's crazy to think that he might be able to stick both elbows in on that if he wanted to. Cam tried to cuff Ziani to an East Bay, but couldn't hold on to the ball. Now for one of my favorites, Ko trying to get as high as he can on a windmill.
Oh my god, dude. That's the highest windmill of all time right there.
To go along with every other record, Ko definitely has the highest windmill of all time. Just absurd bounce.
Oh my god, dude.
Then he tried to do the same thing on a reverse windmill, and this first attempt was insane, but he bailed because he thought he was too far out. I actually think he could have gotten this if he would have fully committed, but who knows. Then Cam got super high on a windmill of his own. The ball caught the front of the rim just a little bit, but still just an insane windmill. And unfortunately, this is where the session took a disappointing turn. Cam trying an East Bay switched hands dunk and cut open his hand on the rim, hitting one of the rings that holds up the net. Cam would end up needing 9 stitches after the session. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back at all.
Got Band-Aid?
But Ko kept dunking anyways. He got up ridiculously high on this one-hander and kept getting robbed on these 360 East Bays for some reason, so he decided to just walk up and do it instead, and got the most casual 360 East Bay of all time. Then he went back and hit that lob reverse windmill.
Oh my god.
Not quite as high as he wanted, but still punching. And here comes Cam, back with his torn hand all taped up. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting much from Cam after this. He was gone for about 10 minutes and needed to warm back up, plus he had that bulky bandage on. But then he almost punched this 360 inverter and I knew he was back. And he redid the mantis dunk that I said wasn't good enough earlier. The pose on this is just really sick. And back to Ko, who is still getting dumb high on every dunk, this time going for a huge two-hander. He missed the first one but then goes right back into it. Just another insane thing about Ko is that he doesn't need to take breaks in between jumps. Still getting insanely high on the second jump. Maybe not as good as the first one, but still just a crazy jump. Cam did the same thing, his miss looking a little bit better than the make, but that's why I show you guys both of them. Then this might have been my favorite dunk of the session from Ko.
Oh my god.
Not the best trick or the highest jump, but the extension and power on this was absolutely insane. You gotta watch it again.
Oh my god.
Then Cam letting us know he was fully back, hitting this 360 under both legs. Cam can hit this dunk pretty consistently now. And after seeing Cam do it, Ko had to try it for himself, but just barely missed.
Yay.
That dunk is incredibly hard for somebody with arms as long as Ko's. Ko can do so many unique things. The bell here is at 12 feet, and Ko just casually taps it with the ball and then dunks it with 2 hands. And here's Ko hitting the 12-foot bell off a drop step like it's nothing. Cam was getting stiff after watching Ko do some jumps, but this 360 East Bay was super light for him. Then this 360 pump tomahawk miss was just nasty. Ko tried to get super high on this East Bay attempt, and it would have been nuts if he actually would have got it down, looking directly at the rim when he missed it. Then Cam with the back scratcher to reverse windmill, just wish he would have finished a little bit stronger. And again here he is with a crazy 360 pump tomahawk miss,
Oh, come on.
but then follows it up with a Ziani windmill. And KO reminding us how easy it is for him to stick his elbow in the rim. Just too easy. Then they both went back to back trying tomahawk windmills. They both could have gone a little bit further back with the ball, but we'll take it. And then tried to go back to back with the scoop dunks again, but Cam sold the clip as scoop dunks have become his nemesis in sessions with me. KO tried this ridiculous double back scratcher off a lob, and he just needed to speed up the movement a little bit more. Cam had the speed down on his, but probably could have exaggerated the movement a little bit more. But what KO really wanted to do was stick the ball inside the rim, then take it back out and tomahawk it. And you guys got to realize that KO has been playing pro basketball overseas and hasn't practiced his dunks at all over the past 8 months or so. But this backboard windmill would have been nuts. So he had to come right back and make it the second time.
Oh my god, dude, I didn't think you were going to catch that. Oh my god.
Then he ended up doing this rim tap two-hander. I really wanted to get the ball inside the hoop on this. Then I love this 360 inverter from Cam down the middle.
Oh my god.
Does a full 360 and absolutely punches it. He tried to go back to back with the 360 behind the backs, but KO just back rimmed his.
Oh, dang it!
He had a few of those back rims, but then finally hit it right here.
Hey, let's go!
KO was feeling a little bit stiff, so he had to get a couple of shoulder checks in. Not his best ones, but this was way into the session, so definitely not jumping his highest. Cam wanted to hit a 360 under both legs with the left hand. It was a little bit hard with the huge wrap on it. KO tried 360 under both legs again,
Ooh, that was
but this one just wouldn't go down for him.
Oh, come on.
Cam tried to show him how to do it and almost punched it. I asked KO about the bruise on his shoulder, so he had to do one more just for fun. Crazy to be getting that high this late in the session. Cam went on and hit a 360 toe touch. Not bad for his first time doing it. KO was cooked by this point after trying 360 under both legs a bunch of times and decided to cut the session right there. But Cam wanted to get a couple more dunks in, so he tried a tomahawk 360 windmill. Not quite the full back scratcher, but he still punched it. Then this 360 pump tomahawk was disgusting.
Oh my god, dude. Bro, I was starting to think you were fading, and then you pull that out.
One of my favorite dunks that he does. Really good distance on it, and he punched it. He also hit this fake behind the back scorpion dunk. And then he wanted to get the 540 that he couldn't hit last session. It took him a few tries, but he finally got the hang of it. And this is how it turned out. He missed his first attempt at a cup 360 pump. The miss definitely would have been better than the make, but he still punched it. Then I really wanted Cam to do his best T-dub impersonation by hitting a 360 tomahawk with full extension, getting really good style on it. It's extremely hard to mimic T-dub style, but I think Cam did a really good job here. The style on his 360 tomahawk was great. Cam really crushed this one. He tried it a few times, and I think he'll perfect this dunk soon. Now comment below who you thought had the better dunks, and let me know who you want to see featured next on Dunkademics.
Okay, do you want to talk about how you're the only person in the history who has touched 13 feet?
I don't know what to say.
There's so many people. They say David Thompson. They say Earl Manigault.
Yeah,
they say,
tell them, send us the video. Send us the proof. They have